And immediately right back into it, because I'm getting this done tonight.
I still
I'm
question
still
who the
rambling.
architects were that was their mode of transportation, just random
Oh no,
train
there was a.
spot.
I mean, here it makes less sense than in the other place, but in Kamiko's thing, he has like an underground garage, and it kind of makes a little sense there because they're trying to work on their equipment. It's not safe at all, but it makes more sense than this. I mean, to be fair, they have people just standing next to lava. So I mean, no, this is not the safest place to be working to begin with. Okay.
I mean, you can hug sentient piles of lava. I'm wondering how actually safe it is.
I don't know. I'm convinced that people are indestructible in this world.
To an extent.
That will remain to be seen based on Diavol's performance.
Oh, Diaval has done pretty well. And thankfully...
Except from that one time you decided to earthquake.
No, let's find out. Okay. This move will decide it. This flamethrower right here.
I mean, when I used Earthquake, he took the hit. Oh.
Not quite.
Either way, given X-Cloud's okay special defense, I would say the only pup you have in the game is indeed an Uber Pooch.
Hyper Beam?
Oh dear.
Oh, never mind. He did it.
The physical special split.
Yeah, well, it did it on Crystal, and Crystal just ate it.
Yeah, a physical move on a rock steel type.
Okay, so he's not gonna be able to attack.
That was never gonna work well.
Which honestly, this works out for us. That gives Diaval a turn. All right, well.
Well, he's gonna be snoozing for a while.
Gave him a second to wake up.
Surprised he didn't. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not gonna do its thing anyway.
What?
Never mind.
What? What were you gonna say?
No. I was just thinking.
Wait a minute. I just remembered.
I just remembered that thing had to be charged.
Yeah, and I just remembered I could have just woke Diaval up by calling it. I forgot I could do this.
Congratulations.
To be fair, I keep forgetting that was a mechanic too.
I keep forgetting that you could have used the Poke Flute as an automatic awakening in the first-gen games.
There's a lot of things we always forget. It just happens.
So much at your disposal. Wait, this is a thing I can do.
You married me. You knew damn well what you were getting into.
Hey, Scyther. And it's a Shadow
Scyther.
I always thought that's like the original 3D sprite for Scyther was cool.
Wow, it's always like hunched down, just like
Yeah, like
ready to
hunched
pounce.
down, like almost like a coiled snake. Like, yeah, come closer, see what happens.
Scyther!
And there's that.
And you ruined it.
I did.
I will be so happy on Monday.
Why, what's on Monday?
It'll be the end of the 5 12-hour shifts, like 5 days in a row that I work, and I can have 4 days to fucking relax.
Yeah, well, that'll be nice.
Is that a Shadow Chansey?
Yes. Like I told you, Delic, pretty much everyone at this point has, if they have a Shadow Pokemon, they have at least 2.
The fact that they made a Chansey a Shadow Pokemon.
Hey, if you want to go into the final battle with a deplorable tank.
And I think I even have an Eviolite. I'm pretty sure
The fact that they made a Chansey this is deplorable.
I mean, he looks pretty happy. I'm actually going to hit it with the Feint Attack to try to do some damage to it, just in case this fails. Chansey has a really low catch rate, I remember, so...
Uh-huh. Everyone at the Safari Zone crying.
Oh, damn it. I thought I had it on the first one. Let's see, what is Chansey's catch rate? Out of curiosity.
Super low.
I know it's super... 3.9. It's actually only a little bit lower than Hitmontop's was. You caught that pretty
I
easy.
mean, it's 2%, or 2% lower.
Yeah, it's 2% lower.
Wait, 3.9 out of what?
3.9% chance.
100.
Oh.
Yeah, so 3.9% chance with a Pokeball at full HP to catch Chansey.
The fact that you got that close is not bad.
If it wasn't a catch, didn't mean anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Use a Pokeball, because why not? I don't want to flamethrower because I don't want to burn it and accidentally kill it with the burn. Because I accidentally killed the Sableye with a critical hit, so I knew that wasn't gonna work, but that was kind of the plan.
Yep. Sometimes just switching a Pokeball can be what it needs.
I mean, that's what I did earlier when I was trying to catch a Beedrill. I kept using an Ultra Ball, wouldn't have it, switched to a Pokeball, and it worked. This is gonna do nothing. Crystal pretty much healed up all that damage except for one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you had a fighting or a ground type back then, Aggron was pretty busted.
Yeah.
Heck, even water
Oh, whoops,
was
there's
well
that
on
one.
him.
I mean, water could still hit it super effectively because that was one of the few things that steel wasn't resistant to. But
Not to mention, it was often a special move versus his physical defense.
Yeah. Pretty water still ruined it. Again, that's the downside of rock types. But something has to be weak to water.
Water, just in general, is a strong type.
Get out of here. Alright, I think this will take us to the top now. I think. Yes. Alright, so we're almost done here. There's Snaddle. Dude, I hate this guy. I hate this guy's design.
What's with all the hate?
I just don't like how he looks.
his hair looks like a penis.
Not wrong.
I don't know if it's his hair, I think it's a headset of some sort, like a headdress.
Whatever it is, it looks like on the off chance this man managed to get himself a girlfriend, his head would be pushed down and the rest is history.
Either way, he's got to go down.
Very nice piggyback there.
Not intentional, but I guess it worked out either way. Damn it, Spitz is down. Alright.
Yeah.
Man down.
If only we had a max revive.
Yeah, I do have one. I don't really want to use one right now.
Well, do you really want an earthquake to evolve?
Oh, wait a minute. There's a much
You
easier
want to.
there's a much easier solution to this. I almost made a mistake.
Is it not dying?
Besides, doesn't Metang have... Oh no, he has clear body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that line always has
Clear body and when ability.
Oh, a Scizor, you
Hidden ability
fool.
supposed to- Oh boy.
What?
Yeah, no, just what you were saying there.
Yeah, no, this... Oh,
Ow.
that's not nice.
Quagsire is one of the most underrated Gen 2 mons.
Yeah,
I wouldn't underrated. I think he's rated just fine. A lot of people know he's a threat.
it's just because how bulky he is.
Hey, he's a bulky Pokemon.
And water...
Doesn't he get stockpile too?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
And that's assuming he's not hidden with his aware.
Oh.
Unaware.
Yeah, unaware Quagsire is just busted.
A lot of things are busted. It's just how you work around it, I guess.
Wait a minute.
What?
Question. Does unaware work
There's a
on
shadow.
focus energy?
I don't know.
That's a good question, actually. I don't think it does because it doesn't really... Because critical...
But it basically ignores your defenses.
It ignores any buff in stats that anything other than Quagsire has. So if you're unaware, you can stockpile 3 times. Your defense and special defense will go up 3 stages, but if your opponent swords dance 3 times, it doesn't do anything. I mean, it does, just not the Quagsire.
Use overheat here to finish off the Quagsire.
But does that mean it? Work on.
I don't know. That would be a question for the internet.
Evasion, defense, accuracy. I'm actually gonna look this because it
If-
doesn't say anything.
Oh, hey,
If
caught
critic-
the
Yeah,
soul
it was
rod.
on that. Oh, nice. Does he have a Lunatone too?
He had a Lunatone before, so we caught that already.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Always loved Houndoom's design.
The shiny version of it in here looks really weird. Like, it.
It looks weird in the games too. Like I'm not a huge fan of
Yes.
Mons whose shiny version is just a mildly like tone difference.
Well, in this one, yeah, like, because it's got the blue, but here it's like I think in the main series games, it's instead of the black, it's blue, but here it's like all blue except where the red would be, it's yellow.
In pretty much all versions, it looks like a normal Houndoom just walked into a room with a blue light.
Kind of.
He's been in the freezer too long.
Someone warm him up.
Yeah, and it kind of bothers me. Not how because Dugong used to be terrible.
Yeah, because as I've been pointing out here, this Dugong has a slight yellow tint to it.
Yeah, I remember like Dugong is normally like that icy, like really really light blue kind of white, and its shiny version for the longest time, I think in all but one game, was like a creamy off-white. The only time I've ever seen anything different was in Battle Revolution for the Wii, where his shiny form was black.
I still couldn't find anything on that, so I'm don't fully believe that until I see it for myself.
Oh, what, Battle Revolution?
But not well, the black Dugong.
It's in Battle Revolution.
So I'm just gonna have to see it for myself before I know.
I mean, oh, you have an emulator, so you'll have a much easier time finding it than I did.
I mean, I also have a Wii. And-
Yeah, but I had to, like, I went through, like, when I was actively searching for that game when I found out it was a thing, I went through maybe 9 or 10 different GameStops before I finally found one in, I think it was the Ocean County Mall, and they had one copy left.
I have a copy.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I got it. I got it in more recent years.
oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris
fuck.
over here talking about his story of how he had such a hard time getting into Active Children. I have it though.
I mean, there are certain games that are hard to.
Okay, well, let me rephrase. It was hard to find when I was looking for it. I think it's...
Well, it's probably when the Wii was big, right?
It was shortly before I left for the military. So yeah, the Wii was still in its heyday.
Yeah. So when I found it, it was when the Wii U was in, was in its.
Oh,
infancy.
then yeah. At that point, Battle Revolution was already being panned as one of the worst Pokemon games ever.
Yeah, and
It's pretty
I
bad.
bought it just out of curiosity. I think I bought it to use for like when I had my friends over because that's what I was the guy that that would come over, or
Oh,
would come over to my house.
People presented it as just a modern day Pokemon Stadium, and we all have fond memories of Pokemon Stadium.
I mean, that's all it was, if I remember correctly.
There's
It
no
was,
minigame.
except there's no, yeah, exactly. There's no mini games. You couldn't choose your team.
Like no, like
well-
in order to actually do anything with it, you had to have like say Diamond and Pearl or
Yeah, you
Platinum.
had to have
in
you
order
had
to
have
play
the
it.
mainstream Gen 4 games if you wanted to do anything.
Yeah,
You know, I guess I got lucky on that one.
and
because I
even
had
then,
them.
you could only have one save files worth on there, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. And
So
you had to
if
transfer
you-
them over, which kind of,
It was time consuming.
yeah.
Well, like because the thing was like if you wanted to play against your friend, you had to put your data on, and they would have to use your Pokemon, whatever you had.
I was gonna say they should
Yeah.
just do that now, but at this point, I don't think it makes much of a difference because 3D is just common now.
Yeah, it was like they had to trade their mons to you temporarily. Then you uploaded the mons because it was a one-time save to the game, and then you traded their shit back, and then you fought on the way.
I hear
Rinse and repeat for as many times as you wanted to have different matches.
Yep.
Like it's weird. I know it's a bad game now, but when I was playing it when I was younger, I didn't care.
Well, I
It
think
was also a pretty game.
also as kids, as long as you find something fun, it's a good game to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's really all that matters at the end of the day for the fun.
And MJ raises a good point. It was very visually appealing for the time, and I liked how. I think Lucario was the only one who got this special treatment, but he actually had an animation for the move Protect.
Mhm.
Like where every other Pokemon just kind of stood there doing their like static animation. Lucario would actually cross its arms over its chest when the little barrier came up.
Yeah.
Wow, that Chuckle took that hit really well.
It also had Pokemon sized and scaled accordingly.
Yes, it did. God, Wailord was huge.
Yeah, it has that here too. I don't think Wailord's as big as it should be, but everything here is scaled pretty much where it should be. With the exception of
Imagine
Wailord.
if Joltik was here.
It'd
Yeah,
be
I
a
remember-
tiny
I
ball.
remember in Pokemon Coliseum, or
Stadium.
yeah, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Coliseum the first time. There was a Wailord, if I remember correctly, and it was sized correctly.
Yeah, I think Coliseum. I think Coliseum did it right.
Well, I mean, it's the same. These are the same models in here.
Yeah, so then that would mean that that one's sized the same.
Yeah, because I remember in the latter times of when I was playing Battle Revolution, since I had used an active replay to get through Platinum, I had already given myself pretty much every Pokemon at that point, and I was just mixing and matching, seeing how their size comparisons work. Like, I had Lugia fighting a Diglett, and it was the most hilarious thing I had ever seen.
Oh, which, by the way, someone found an old article with an interview with one of the Pokemon designers.
Mm.
And it's absolutely hilarious due to the fact of someone asked the question, well, what does Diglett look like? And there's like a hand, maybe? So there's just a hand. So now there's just a hand there.
That's horrifying. So
Yeah,
Diglett,
so it just skitters away.
Diglett is just the top of something else's finger.
Well, here's
No, Diglett is the top of a hand. And so when it pops out of the ground,
so
it's just a hand skittering away.
here's the thing. Like, is it like a jellyfish where its fingers are pointing down, or is it spread out like
Yeah.
the hand is flat?
It's
That's even more horrifying.
like the
But these are the
hand is
questions,
legs
Chris.
to walk away.
These are the questions. I need to buy more Pokeballs. Or Ultra Balls. Alright, the Robo Kyogre.
It's a nice trade up from that moped they have you riding the majority of the game.
Yeah, but I got a hover scooter. So like, what beats that? You tell me. Besides Robo Kyogre.
Whatever that thing that the protagonist from Coliseum was riding around on.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like 10 years older than the kid we're playing as now.
It doesn't matter. Like, super sci-fi desert motorcycle trumps hover scooter.
Yeah.
I think I could buy like 3 more of these.
The hover scooter is pretty lame.
Let's see.
Your character is
Not
not.
bad.
It's pretty lame. It makes me think your character's job is not supposed to be going out and saving the world, but delivering pizza at a very low price for no money.
Dude, I found out today that Little Caesars does stuffed crust.
Wait, you just found out that Little Caesars has stuffed crust?
Okay, AJ doesn't like Little Caesars, so I have no reason.
Like
I mean, their
a
pizza's
sensible
okay.
person.
Yeah.
Little Caesar.
And see,
Little Caesar's pizza's pretty bad.
I've got nothing against them because when AJ was deployed in Hawaii, that was predominantly what me and my friends ate, and a lot of Velveeta.
Just gonna sell this stuff. We don't need most of this. Don't need Firestone. Don't need these. What's this? How many more? So thankfully, we got the schematics that tells you how many shadow Pokemon are left, or which ones you have not captured yet. So let's see, how many are left? Or what's left? Electabuzz, Swallow, Snorlax, Poliwrath, Mr. Mind, Trio.
Wait, the birds are freaking shadow Pokemon?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have their own shadow-specific moves, which, without
Oh.
without a doubt, you will see. What? That's not what I want. I was trying to see if it's worth buying netballs. It's
And
really,
then you missed, what was it, Nose Pass and
Nose Pass and Sableye are the only two I missed. And Nose Pass I couldn't catch because my the snack machine was stolen at the time.
Hmm.
And the Sableye was an unfortunate crit.
Now, gotta start the game over to go get them.
You don't have to start the game over to get them. You can get
Just let's start the game over to get them.
I fondly remember the post-game hunt for Dragonite.
It's not really a hunt. You just go find Mirror B.
I love that he's who you get it from, though.
Yeah, isn't Mirror B the funky dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run into him a few times now.
Like this fucking clown of a washed-up antagonist, and he's the one you hunt down in the post-game and get the ultimate Shadow Pokemon from.
He's just chilling.
Also, isn't Lugia in that game?
Yes.
Yes.
It's on the box.
So
art.
why wouldn't Lugia be the ultimate Shadow Pokemon?
It is.
I mean, yeah, technically it is, but Dragonite is the best one. Dragonite's the best one that isn't a legendary.
It's also post game.
But interestingly, if you purify it, that is the only Lugia in the continuity of Pokemon, I believe, that knows Psycho Boost naturally.
Yes.
Which is the Axis
Psycho Crusher.
move.
Yeah.
Psycho Crusher.
I knew I forgot to do something. I forgot to go heal.
And dude, when it uses that move in that game, it looks like it is forcing long division, string theory, the truth of the universe, and like whatever Samara shows people from the ring into its opponent's brain all at once.
We all know that Samara just puts really, really awkward images into your head until it drives you insane. All of the cursed images in the world just pumped right in there.
Well, whatever she does, it contributes slightly. It contributes slightly to XD1's Psycho Boost.
Let's see, so I'll go here. Got this guy. I don't like the way they made these guys' faces because like they have like a perpetually creepy smile.
Are they evil?
Well, we're at the evil base where he's standing in front of and saying that we're in his way, essentially. So
Maybe
yes,
maybe he's just really happy all the time.
Yeah.
Good for him then, but it's still creepy.
Yeah,
Also, I just noticed, isn't the thing just like hovering over a pool of lava?
Yes. Well, I think it's connected to something.
Yeah, maybe he's happy all the time. Maybe he's had Botox injected. Maybe he's been wanking with an icy hot. You don't know, Zach.
Either way, I don't like it.
So,
And it needs
what's
to stop.
stop someone just from destroying the bridges and just letting this plummet?
Because we don't murder in this game. Deadlock.
That's
Shadow
only
Deadlock apparently has never played a Pokemon game, or maybe he's just trying to
we
run
don't.
out
Who's
his.
to say someone else doesn't?
It's only Pokemon Legacy where you murder your enemies when you're done killing all their pets.
Or the Pokemon manga.
Well, okay, Legacy gave you the option, but if you didn't kill them at the end, you had to fight all of them again before you did the final boss. And by the time you're done fighting through everybody in the game, it is quite literally an army at the end with no breaks in between.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can, it's just really tough, because then you've got the final boss right after. It's just easier to have killed them, is what I'm saying.
I'm just here for experience. It burned Crystal.
Is there an alternate ending if you do not murder anyone?
Believe it or not, from what I saw, it's very Chrono Cross-like in the sense that there are several endings you can get.
One shot the Alakazam. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Because like one of the main generals of the opposing army was like a clone of one of the people who was on your side, created by like researchers who were working for Giovanni before Team Rocket was really a thing. Like I think in that one, Rocket was like a what did they call themselves? Like adventure capitalists or something. Basically a fancy way of mercenaries. And they were on loan to the Kanto military. So Blaine, Mr. Fuji, they feature as scientists, and Giovanni is basically heading up the research division while his mother is in charge of Team Rocket.
Interesting.
Yeah, but one of the generals is a genetically modified clone of one of the people who is on your team, sort of like a precursor to what Mewtwo is. And there's an option, like when you go to fight her, where she figures this out and she basically tells you to eliminate her. And you can do that, and you get her shiny Gardevoir with max IVs and like perfect moves, or you can choose to spare her and she changes sides and fights with you. Oh, and a young Lieutenant Surge is your rival, which is phenomenal.
My Ariados is really high in level, but so is the Aggron.
My Ariados is really hot.
That's scary.
What, the Heracross?
Yeah.
Nah, we're fine.
That reminds me, Zach. Were you ever able to find anything for Legacy? Because I have scoured the internet to the best of my ability, and I can't find it anymore.
Oh, I haven't looked. I didn't know I was supposed to look.
Like, I don't know if it was the person who made it who took it down, or who did it, but it seems like all trace of that game has been permanently removed.
Well, it might have been on Nintendo's siege of get rid of this.
I feel like it would have made a list if that was the case.
I don't know.
Because, you know, they've got, like, Pokemon Reborn or Pokemon Uranium, like, all the games they've actively shot down. Legacy is not on that list.
Mm.
But I know I've played it. I vividly remember it.
And that's a Shadow Pokemon right there. I don't know. Andelic Aerial Ace is why I was not worried about the Heracross. Oh wait, I'm burned. For being burned, that still did pretty good damage.
You are now very worried about the Heracross.
I had now realized I should have been worried about the Heracross.
The Heracross has destroyed your Tristeelatops.
Let's see.
You did this to me.
Deadlock will remember this. At this point, I'm just pushing myself to finish this. Knock this one off the list.
There's only one more guy before the final boss, right?
There is 2 more.
Because I remember 2 guys dressed like the one you're fighting now. There was him, and then there was a guy whose outfit was red instead of blue.
Yeah, so he's the other one, and then the final admin that we fought already. Well, final admin we fought previously, but not yet here.
Interesting. And then it's the big boss.
Yes, and I think I can actually paralyze Electabuzz. I think this is before they changed that. Oh, that's not good.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking for it and I can't find anything on it. The only thing I could find is that Pokemon Legacy game that I know that me, Drago, and Zach played a tiny bit of.
What are you talking about?
The 3D MMO for Pokemon.
Oh, but that was a different thing.
Yeah, it was a different thing. And that was back in 2016 and it died hard.
Yeah, this was a top-down thing utilizing the graphics from the Gen 5 games. So definitely not 3D just yet.
If you want to talk, sizes about Pokemon, Gen 5 made everything so confusing. Well, an Excadrill, this tiny little thing, is as big as everything else in that game. That was confusing. I didn't realize that it was supposed to be tiny.
Yeah, no. Legacy was made 2D with, I think, whatever that RPG Maker program was, but it included mons from X and Y. Because I remember at the very beginning, you're given a choice of all 3 starters from generations 1 through 6.
It sounds a lot like Reborn, but apparently it's different from Reborn.
It is. It's a or I don't want to say the plot is similar because it takes place during the vaguely alluded to war. But yeah, it's definitely like Reborn in the sense that it covers a lot of really heavy topics that vanilla Pokemon wouldn't touch with a 20-foot pole. Like, for starters, the fact that you are an active soldier in the military and are killing your opponents when you're done with them.
Yeah. Don't blame Pokemon for not touching that one.
No. Yes, hush. But it's cool the way they wrote it in, because like the young Lieutenant Surge talks very simple, like almost like an immature, like new recruit soldier, almost implying that like as he got older, he had a bunch of shit to deal with that forced him to mature. And then as you, I think about the halfway mark through the game is where you cross over into occupied Johto, and that's where you meet a teenage Lance and a young like toddler Claire when she's still learning how to tame dragon Pokemon. And a middle-aged Price is one of the generals for Johto before he got old and decided to become an ice gym leader.
Will this work? Yay! That worked pretty easily, actually.
Oh, and they actually sort of kind of maybe explain why there's only the first 150 in Kanto during the Gen 1 games.
Alright. One down.
He was surprisingly chill about that.
Yeah, no. He's basically at the point where he's like, yeah, you can't beat us. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't really find anything on this. I even searched of Pokemon Kanto War, Pokemon Kanto War game.
Yeah, see, that's the problem I had. Like, I've searched, and I've spent, like, a good couple hours turning over various web pages looking for it. I just can't find anything.
Best thing I can suggest is go onto Reddit and make a post about it. Like, hey, I remember something about this a while back. Does anyone know anything on it?
Man, this easily climbable small glass wall. How dare you?
Unless it's implied that there's a ceiling there that you can't see.
Yeah,
that's
I'm assuming
kinda
it's
what I always
implied,
thought.
but still.
There's a bird in the background.
Yeah, who got a bird?
Chris,
I don't own a bird.
No,
it's coming from your mic.
I mean, it's...
Our balcony door is open. There's birds outside.
Now there's only one. Now there's only one thing to do: destroy the birds.
You mean the government spy cameras?
Oh yes. Jack, you're not supposed to let them know we know that.
Yeah, do that right after you're done with Chunky Kong here.
Oh, I hope I have a... Who do I have in the lead? Is Big Boss in the lead? No. Spitz.
Is that
in
Ursaring
still-
black?
Huh? What'd you say?
I
That
still love
Ursaring
the.
looks black.
No, it's brown. It's just the lighting from the area, because there's actual lighting in the battles too.
Because I definitely remember Ursaring being a more bright brown.
Yeah, it's a bit darker in this, but it's also the lighting from where we are.
I dream of a day where you judge Pokemon by the content of their character and not the color of their skin.
Well, fur in this case.
You mean what I know.
But we're almost there.
Slowly but surely.
Isn't Slowking supposed to be the specially defensive one?
Yes, but Signal Beam in this is physical.
That's right.
Trust me, I've been taking advantage of that. Which is why I had Shadow Ball and Espeon, realized my mistake, and
What is this,
took
my
it off.
evil twin brother?
Yes.
Keep having to remind myself this is a Gen 3 game.
Yeah, I kind of have to do that myself. Yeah, strangely enough, shadow moves are not bound by that logic.
Yeah. Delek did some research. Apparently Shadow moves are split by physical and special, based on who's using it. Or something like that.
No, based on the move itself.
Yeah, so...
Interesting.
A company that didn't even, you know, that made a side project for them, did their work for them.
Is that what eventually gave way to the physical special split as we know it?
I don't think so, but probably. I don't
probably
know.
helped.
I think when they did that, they're like, yeah, we got to do this too.
Because did they have a? These aren't mainstream games, right? They had a separate dev team.
No, Genus Sorority or something like that, or Sonority.
Okay, so a separate dev team made these games.
Yes.
Then yeah, I don't know. I don't know how often dev teams talk about stuff like that.
Well, I can't say. It's different depending on the team.
Yeah, that's why I said, and I have zero experience dealing with any of them.
I'm slowly getting there.
Rock Team will fuck up Wall Rhine a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the best rock move he's gonna get right now.
Still good. Reduces speed.
It doesn't really matter when he's that slow, and our guys seem to outspeed almost everything anyway.
Well, it's a doubles fight, so you don't have to get him slower than Aggron, you just have to get him slower than Aggron's partner. It's like hiking in the woods. You always bring a fat friend, because you don't have to be faster than the bear, you just have to be faster than your fat friend.
And you just got to cover them in survivable gel, also known as bacon grease.
It's good for your hair.
It keeps bears away, trust me.
Huh.
Just keep a flask of bacon grease next to you, and then when you need to, whip it out at the last second.
Dude, once bacon grease gets somewhere, it is damn near impossible to clean.
It is a pain. It is very much a pain.
Yeah,
But would you rather have something that's a pain to clean or get mauled by a bear?
It's like, I understand. Well, actually, like, bacon grease is used for pretty much all kinds of cooking in the South, but even if you manage to clean like the oily spot off of a floor or a countertop, the area will smell like bacon forever. And I'm reminded of this because the dog constantly tries to sneak into the kitchen to lick the floor. Like, after it's been mopped and Swiffer wet jetted and swept like 5 times.
It smells like they made bacon here 5 weeks ago and cleaned it up several times. Delicious. Alright, so we just need this Mr. Mime and we're good. Shadow Storm.
You know, I've got a question for you guys.
That's the question.
So, do you guys remember what the name of the mole in Animal Crossing was?
Mr. Rossetti. Rossetti, yeah.
Yeah. I think he's done with me, guys. And posted in general chat.
I'm concerned when you start saying things like this.
What the heck? Why does a mole with a hard hat have a rocket launcher?
We're to fucking see. That's why.
I'm sorry. What about this? A rocket launcher in my Animal Crossing? What the heck is this?
It's not Animal Crossing, but
It's a mole with a rocket launcher.
Yeah. Would you like to see? This is the god he worships, by the way.
Yeah, that's what
The biggest metal mole.
I think Rossetti called in a favor from his cousin Rossi.
Yeah. It's from from a game called Metal Saga, and it has all kinds of weird enemies, and
one of them's a rocket wielding.
That's like for an entire dungeon. You see those guys, and
That's terrifying.
a scorpion drill.
it's the metal mole. There's also this one, which may or may not just have prepped explosives near your position.
Come on, Mr. Mime, join the crew.
Mr. Mime does not join any party. He only joins the strongest parties.
Well, now he's gonna get paralyzed.
He's having a hard time deciding, though.
Yeah, he gets close. He's like,
You know, you're not really that strong.
You can totally tell
Maybe
it's a
that'll give him
Nintendo
some
64 model. Like, look how rough the edges on everything on him are.
Meanwhile, Spitz is about to die.
That'll be fine. We got 5 more guys, and we're right next to a thing to heal. I'm not really worried. And there should only be two people. There should only be one guy, and then the final boss after this. There might be like a fight in between. I'm not too sure. As I feel like there's like a small fight. God Mr. Mime,
Huh.
what-
Apparently the pair of eyes is convincing him not to join.
Nightshade will help. Well, Spit's gonna go down from this one. Spitz, no! Yeah, we still got a whole, like, rest of the team. We're fine either way.
Mm-hmm. This time.
The only time I'm gonna be worried is when we're against the final boss, because it is a pain to do.
But it can be done.
It can be done. As said, apparently both me and Chris have done it. But it requires a lot of patience.
Yes. In my defense, it was winter when I was playing Gale of Darkness, and I had no motivation to go outside.
Well, in the winter, there's not much to do here, so...
So now we have 50 Ultra Balls to catch.
It was at the
Whatever's
point,
ahead.
it was at the point in my life where I was growing disenchanted with snow days. Okay, I moved here because you live here, and I just never left. That's how that went.
Yes, go climb a tree.
Not sure if I believe that, Chris.
I mean, Texas has a lot of nice things. Food, especially. They got some really good food.
Like the Alamo.
Dude, the food's great. The people are nice. It was a little culture shock though, because Zach, you know this as well as I do. If someone's just randomly being nice to you in Jersey, we're raised to have the first thought in your head be, well, what does this person want? Why are they being?
Are they about to kill me?
Yeah, so it was culture shock after I moved to Texas, and people are like that just because.
Yeah, it's kind of like that in Florida, too. I mean, not as often. Alright, that's what I thought. There's like one more guy here.
Yeah, not as often because
Florida's fake Southern.
Florida's where all the Yankees go to die. It's God's waiting room.
I'm just saying, though. So you get there's still more courtesy there than,
Florida's fake.
No, actually, it's just pretty terrible down here. Everyone's an asshole.
everyone was nice to me. Maybe you just suck.
Didn't you go? So here's the thing. Didn't you go to Disney?
I went to Disney, but I didn't live in Disney.
Yeah, you went to Disney a couple times, and to be honest, the places you were going as a when you were living down here are, the better areas because it's mostly college students.
Yeah, people were nice to me.
Yeah, you probably don't know what actual nice is because you still have a northern mentality.
I was gonna say, walk around Pensacola, see how jovial you are after that.
Pensacola's not the worst area. If you want to go to the worst area, you go to Tampa.
Oh God.
Yeah, no.
No, I recommended Pensacola because it would be a nice introduction to how some Floridians can be.
Yes, I found that picture I was looking for. And I will put it in Pokemon.
Because my parents have been living in Florida for almost 2 years now, and their neighbors still refuse to accept them. They still think they're gonna flake and go back home.
Their neighbors are all displaced northerners too.
Yeah, but they have that
Like seriously, nobody's actually been born in Florida for a very long time.
right, but all of their neighbors.
Actually, most of my friends down here are all Floridians by heart and still haven't left.
MJ, it's a myth.
It's a myth.
You're speaking
They
nonsense.
only think they.
Mm-hmm. They were genetically engineered to believe they were born in Florida,
Exactly. In Puerto Rico.
just like
Man, the lore
Drago
gets
is-
deep. How deep is
just
Florida's
like
lore?
Drago was programmed to believe all the things he currently does.
Yeah, little known fact, Zach, all, quote, native Floridians are genetically engineered in Puerto Rico and then shipped north when they're old enough to be, quote, born.
I didn't read that part of the book. Can someone give me the information on this?
Yeah, maternity wards in Floridian hospitals are just a front.
Again, it's like the birds. Birds aren't real.
Yeah, and
They're just cameras for the government. That's why the coronavirus is here, so they
Birds
can
aren't real.
reprogram their
get
birds.
confused. Birds.
What'd you say, Dog?
Birds aren't real. Birds get confused.
Oh, no, don't you know bird is an acronym? It's basically idiotically renamed dinosaurs.
Yep.
It is. A lot of scientists think the whole name of birds should just go away because they are dinosaurs,
Yeah.
not birds.
Basically.
Yeah,
the
but at the
acronym?
same time, I'm not going to accept the pigeon as a dinosaur. Sorry.
It is a dinosaur, though.
Nope.
Whether you call it a bird,
No.
it's a dinosaur.
Yep.
Nope. It's not a dinosaur. It's not cool enough to be a dinosaur.
Genetically, it is.
Yep.
There's actually no
Genetic-
such thing as birds.
Genetically, it can go eat my ass.
Good answer, MJ. I'm on your side with this one for once.
It's not cool enough.
Dude, you should see.
The farthest descendant of the T-Rex, the mighty pigeon.
Dude, during
Chicken.
chicken is the
Chicken
closest.
is the closest to a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Which is why they genetically modified one to actually grow
Yep.
a jaw of like a raptor. It's terrifying.
No, but dude, like during the 3-month span that I was doing the groundskeeping thing, I have learned that the pigeon is basically nature's bitch.
Yeah.
I have seen pigeons fly in front of cars and get killed by cars. I have seen pigeons get killed by cats. I have seen the cats get beaten up, or no, I have seen pigeons get killed by Seahawks, and then I've seen those Seahawks get beaten up by the cats, so the cats can take the pigeon.
That's because pigeons.
Damn, nature, you scary.
That's
Well,
just because pigeons have. That's just because pigeons keep trying to pawn themselves off as dinosaurs.
Well, it minus the cars. The cars seem to put them out of their stupid fairly quickly. The Seahawks, and even more so the cats, they'll just rip a chunk out of the thing's neck and wait 10 minutes while the damn thing stumbles and falls and bleeds out.
I mean, to be
Cats like
fair,
to
it's a
torture
lot
them.
less effort.
Cats like to torture their food, so
I can attest to the one that's one of the cats in my house doing.
Well,
She
I
does it
saw
with lizards.
AJ showed me an awesome. Speaking of lizards, AJ showed me an awesome thing on Facebook that I really want to try with ours. It's where you make a tiny cardboard cutout of a gecko and just tape it to the wall.
Oh, I saw that too. Yeah, I want to try that too.
Yeah, I need that in my life.
So, what do you make it a cardboard cutout of?
You basically take the silhouette of a gecko or a small
Mhm.
lizard, you cut it out of cardboard or maybe a couple of layers of poster board or something, and you just tape it to your wall.
Knowing my
What's
cats,
supposed to
they
do?
might try to. It triggers the cats to go, ooh, there's a lizard
Yeah,
on the wall.
they look at it and they think, ooh, something alive is up there, and they keep staring at it, trying to jump up to get it, but it's cardboard and the cat is stupid, so it doesn't know that.
Give me the Doug Trio. I want it.
I love how you're a stone's throw away from the final fight, and it's still trying to throw random Pokemon at you.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, these Pokemon are useless. There's no reason to have them on your team already.
I think the only reason to keep them around is so you can use them to purify XD1 later.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, that's right. Don't you have to fight that thing before you take out the admin?
Yeah.
Oh, you paralyzed it.
Honestly, that was pretty lucky.
But,
Yeah, XD01
Yeah.
appears, but I'm just gonna chuck a Master Ball at it.
That's what I did.
Just be done with it.
That's why you have one.
I still find it absolutely hilarious that the official answer for Diglett, what's under Diglett, is just a hand.
A hand,
Well, I
I
mean,
guess.
if you read how they say it, they're not really sure themselves. They basically say it as a joke more than anything.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Like, the whole point of Diglett and Doug Trio is nobody knows what's...
No,
You know
it's canon now.
Yeah, you know what their heads look like, and that's it.
You
mean
would
they're-
think there would be some
I
like
mean, they're
scientific
moles. I imagine they have tiny little feet.
Well, there's actually a really cool looking, obviously non-canon thing, but it's like a medical chart where it's cut vertically down the middle, and it actually shows what a Diglett looks like full body, and then the left side is its brain, its bones, its muscle structure, and all that stuff.
I still like the one where it's just some
Do you have
eldritch
it?
horror.
I could probably post it.
You're talking about the one where they pull it up and it's the terrifying...
No.
No, talk about what MJ was saying.
What?
You talking about the one where someone pulls it up and this the giant disgusting worm thing?
No. Let me get the thing I'm thinking of.
Just a quick search of the internet. There's so many different fan theories for what it looks like under the
Under the hood.
yeah. There's one where it's one finger on the hand of some elder god abomination hiding beneath the earth.
Mhm. There's also one where it's just a really, really tall mole.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just like to imagine his little tiny feet.
Well, then you'll like this one.
I don't think I will. I don't like half the
No.
shit you post.
Well, okay, go fuck yourself then.
Hey, at least he's
I'm not even
honest.
posting. At least I'm not posting the weird one.
Well, there's an item over there.
Okay, I found the one I was talking about. Save images.
There's that one where it's just literally a mole.
Ah, I got my sides crossed. It's the left side that looks like a uprooted Diglett, and it's the right that has the bones and muscles and shit.
That's cool.
I found someone's take on a zombie Diglett.
That's horrifying.
It is. It's incredibly horrifying, and I'm not sharing it.
I mean, zombie Pokemon in general would be terrifying. When you think about it. Like... what do
Oh
you-
no, this one's like actually fairly horrifying, just in general, not even a zombie
Alright,
Pokemon.
let's see what Shadow Pokemon this guy's got.
Salamence, as I recall.
Does he have it, or does the next guy have it?
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Because I know the next guy has the three birds. I think he has an Executor, a Tauros, and I don't remember.
Well,
what's-
apparently we're having one out of the
Right
gates. Metric.
Right on is his last one.
Also, I do find this cute. It's all it's a whole bunch of different breeds of Diglett.
I like those art pieces where they take certain Pokemon and change them into like different versions of it. Yeah.
Okay, so playing off of the mole theme in general chat, that's where I posted.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Weird. Oh, Ninja.
Its nose is a mouth flap with a tiny mandible.
Yeah, that's kind of trippy when you think about it.
It's kind of horrifying.
Well, I mean, how else does it eat?
Dude, look at certain Pokemon. Like, tell me honestly, you would not turn and leave a trail of fire in the opposite direction if you bumped into a fucking Kabutops in real life.
I mean, yes, I would, but that's
To be
only
fair,
because it
that's
has
also on the
scythe
Pokemon.
hands.
It does have scythe hands. He's got a point there.
Like, I am more afraid of those scythe hands than Kabutops.
And then it's gonna eat your insides.
Basically,
Yeah.
a giant, like, sickle-handed mutant horseshoe crab. And horseshoe crabs are already dead.
Which is, I think it's like 4 feet, almost 5 feet tall, I'm pretty sure. So it's not small by any means.
To be fair, it's also extinct.
Like, oh, just fuck, pick a random bug Pokemon. Like Weedle, for reference, is a foot long.
Yeah, that's a big bug.
Yeah, that's a huge bug.
With a pretty big needle too.
Yeah, with a poisonous barb on each end. Fuck that.
And
Oh,
then, of course, there's
Yeah, Beedrill. Yeah.
Yeah, Beedrill is
With-
horrifying just because it's a bee or a
A
wasp
giant
or
bee
whatever.
with basically lances for stingers.
He
To
is
be honest,
three
more like a
foot-
wasp.
He's 3 feet 3 inches.
It has 1 stinger and 2 lances. Take your pick.
I would,
Okay.
To be honest, it's more a
One
wasp
of the-
because it
one
kind
of
of
the
just attacks
scary
anything that gets
aggressive-
close.
How about that, AJ? A 3-for-3 one.
Shadow
Okay,
End.
but
What does this do?
scariest bee that I know exists is the
Oh, that hurt.
Japanese giant hornet. And that thing is about the size of your hand.
I mean, that might be what it's based off of.
This thing is 3 feet long.
I did not like that at all.
While we're on the topic of Japanese animals, MJ, do you know where we might be able to find a sound effect for that stereotypical Japanese hawk you hear in a bunch of anime?
Let me see.
Like, I can't make the noise myself because I suck at animal noises, but you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Which one are you talking about?
I
A hawk.
just, I'm not making the
No, I couldn't hear you because I'm doing this.
It's a hawk, or at least I think it's a hawk. But it shows up in like a lot of anime or games set in Japan. But it's the cry that it makes.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, like if I knew what the damn thing was called, I would just look it up that way. But try as I might, I just cannot find. Like I speak a little.
Check this one.
Let me mute myself so I'm not
Yeah,
disturbing.
before, so you don't deafen us.
Oh, I forgot about Manectric's Lightning Rod ability. Well, it's still kind of worse, but not how I wanted it to.
And you still have to catch both of them.
And he's got more behind those.
How many shadow Pokemon does this guy have?
He probably has 3, maybe 4. So I'm counting on this Ultra Ball working. I do like how the ball just kind of forms in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go. Got the Manectric.
One down. Ready to go.
And if that doesn't work, Chris, here's also the red-tailed hawk, which is what everything in anime, all the screams are based off. It's the scream starts at 2.
Joe, your Dugong's about to become very useful for a second.
Implying it wasn't.
It wasn't too useful for a while, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Implying he wasn't useful.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, right now, you can one-shot both of these things. But that's not the goal.
If it was, we would be done with.
Like, oh yeah, if I was trying to defeat these guys, it would have been done over with already.
Catching simulator.
Kind of. I think this puts a new twist on Pokemon battles, at least. Damn.
Okay, yeah, that's not quite it.
Then check the YouTube link. Starts at 2 seconds for the screech.
Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, the
You killed it.
No,
both of
I killed-
both the things.
yeah, I killed the
They're not
Flygon,
quite it.
Daylock. The Flygon wasn't a
The
shadow.
first one from
Oh, that was.
No.
is it Love Live or Love Live?
I think it's Love Live.
Yeah, Daylock.
Well, either way, that one was close, but
That's
not
Shadow.
quite it.
I'll have to. I'll look a bit later.
Well, let me pull up a cutscene from a game that I know for a fact it appears in.
Pulse shouldn't be enough, it's kind of a weak move. We'll see. Hey, we got the Salamence.
Mm-hmm. Now we just need the Marowak.
Oh, there's still something else. That's also a Shadow Pokemon.
So he had 4.
Like I said, I knew it was gonna be 3 or 4. I wasn't sure which. Go. Perfect.
Okay, MJ.
Not perfect. Not perfect.
Mhm.
So that's an old N64 game I played when I was a kid.
Ooh.
I think that was the first time I heard it, but it's in like the first 3 seconds of that.
I will look here in a second. I'm doing a small dungeon run in Final Fantasy XIV, so little bit.
It sounds different from a Red Tail, because I grew up around Red Tails. They sound a little, admittedly more badass, but different.
I mean, at least it's not as dorky sounding as the as Bald Eagle.
God, that I can understand why they replace eagle sounds with red tail sounds. Eagles sound like bitches.
They sound like seagulls.
God, yeah, they do.
Instead of the scraw, it's more like cheep, cheep, cheep.
It's actually kind of funny that eagles sound the way seagulls and Americans largely behave.
Maybe
I
it's
wonder if they
intentional.
actually sounded like Red Tails at one point, but then because of how America's shaped, they adopted the cry.
I think it's
What?
just a different bird. I think genetically eagles are actually closer to vultures than they are to hawks.
Yeah, something like that.
Like I think Ben Franklin was even notorious for saying that eagles were scavengers not worthy of being the national bird, and he actually recommended the turkey instead.
Yeah, but the turkey's a dork.
Well, yeah, I think he cited it more for
I think it,
like
just the
like
purpose it would serve.
like everything it can provide. Like it's food, it's somewhat intelligent, I guess.
No,
Well,
it's about as intelligent as a cow.
he seemed to. Well, I've known cows that are smarter than some people, MJ. So
I know. I also know a
Just
cow
look at
that
my ex.
wow,
that
Wow.
that was
Steven. I need some ointment for that burn.
Everyone,
This guy must feel bad. He had all his Pokemon taken away from him.
everyone just got really,
That's
really,
true.
everyone got really uncomfortable for a second.
no. I was actually being pensive because thinking about it, I don't have that many exes that I would willingly insult. Then again, I don't consider many of my exes official exes because y'all know it was pretty much just a game with me.
Let's see. Another max revive.
Well, that'll be useful in the coming fights.
Coming fight.
Well, you got to deal with XD1
Is that
before you.
battle
I'm,
data
I'm
going
just
on
throwing a
in the
master ball at
background?
it. It's not even a concern.
Oh, then yeah, you're fine.
What'd you say, Dalek? I didn't hear you.
Was that battle data going on in the background? Like, were they like spying on you or something?
I don't think it was ours per se. It's just random battles. Yeah. It's just like simulation battles between their guys. You guys sitting here? What's up, dude?
Murder death.
Wait, what? He's actually challenging me.
Well, now there's another fight. Way to go, champ.
I didn't know he was actually gonna fight me. I was just wondering what he was
Watch,
doing.
yeah, Shadow Pokemon.
I don't think he does. Either way,
And
again,
before he does.
and if he does, it doesn't matter. The things are right there. Okay. There we go. Damn it.
You can report them. I think that's really it.
This is not a team of Pokemon I'd ever thought I'd use. To be honest with you.
It's definitely a weird one.
I mean, it's working out pretty well.
Or maybe this game is just that easy.
Psych up? No, we do not need that.
I mean, the Coliseum games are pretty easy.
They're easy depending on what you have.
It's
You can
like,
make them
really-
harder if you try to.
As long as you have some working knowledge of like what each particular Pokemon excels at. Like, for instance, if you go into Coliseum, like base Coliseum, thinking that Umbreon is going to hit as hard as Espeon, you're going to have a bad time.
Well, no, but at the same time, since it's all double battles, it doesn't really matter because Espeon still just wrecks me. Or
I know, but if you're imagining like, oh, it's going to be a two-hit sweep, you know, Espeon's going to attack, then Umbreon's going to attack, and I'm going to win. Sorry, Chief, doesn't work that way. Umbreon's there to take hits, not dish them out.
Yeah. As a kid, I didn't know that. I played through the whole game with Espeon, Umbreon, and Plus or Minus, whatever the gift one was. Because I didn't realize you could catch the Shadow Pokemon, so...
Yeah, I mean, I did that too. I had no, like, that's cool. Why do I have all these other Pokemon? Espeon and Umbreon are the best.
Well, no, I just
mean,
realized
not
you
all.
couldn't catch them, so I only had the 3.
I think the only other thing... No, actually, I'm thinking of XD. The only thing I used in addition to my Espeon and XD was a Trapinch that I had caught and evolved into a Flygon.
This is not good at all for...
High
I
time
was
for a
expecting
switch out, I think.
I was expecting a climactic final battle before I had to go to bed.
Same.
Well, I'm sorry.
Some of us have to get up at 4:30 tomorrow, Zach.
I didn't ask you to come here.
Wow, way to make
It
me
was-
feel
it was-
invited.
It was mistakenly labeled Dolphin. I was curious.
mm-hmm.
Why is it even labeled Dolphin?
It's because that's the name of his totally legit GameCube.
Yeah. Besides, the final battle's right after this. I just didn't realize that this guy's actually gonna battle me.
Stop talking to NPCs.
No talking.
Oh,
Just kill.
complain when I do talk
Just-
to them.
yeah.
Complain when I don't talk to them. I can't win with you people, can
Yeah,
I?
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So just advance.
Heal first.
Also that.
No healing. Just death.
Like I said, XD001 will take 2 seconds. I just got to throw the Master Ball. And then the other battle, that's going to be the pain in the
Okay,
ass.
so we gotta actually time this, guys. Someone get a timer out for
Shut up.
XD001.
You know, I got one.
If it's not 2 seconds, then Zach has lied and he will be a liar.
We'll see you guys in the finale. If I can click the goddamn
Did
end
Zach
record
just
button.